So Call of Duty Vanguard is 2 years old now, reaching to the third. Was it just another attempt at keeping Call of Duty alive after futuristic games? Or is it a hidden gem roasted by bad timing? Ladies and gentlemen, bring your black, Russian women and let's put them in a war they don't belong. Let's go. As you know, Call of Duty Vanguard takes place in World War II, or shall I say almost after World War II. Nazi Germany was developing a brand new Reich, which is called the Fourth Reich, underlined and called Project Phoenix.
All we have is a name, Phoenix.
Come on, let's go!
So you have to investigate what's all about Project Phoenix, but then you get captured by Freisinger, which is a German officer, and oh boy is he a talker.
An Ivan Rectangulus. Australia.
So then you get a flashback of each character while they are in prison. Yeah, only one mission after the flashbacks. Only one. So that was annoying as fuck. In the simplest form, I don't think Call of Duty Vanguard story is bad. I just think that it doesn't do anything new. And I know it's kinda hard to do something new after like 20 Call of Duty titles, but you have to at least try. Let's begin with the characters. Now we all know what happened with the agenda of Call of Duty Vanguard.
Because I am
Which I still complain about it, but I usually don't get offended by that stuff, even though I would respect your opinion if you get offended, because it sucks. I think the characters of Call of Duty Vanguard, except maybe Arthur, but he even isn't great, but leaving the agenda aside, I don't think they are great to start with. They have some depth in them, I guess, but you don't see them enough to care about them.
Don't be in a rush to fight, Dodging.
You have like only 2 missions per a character in Call of Duty Vanguard, and some characters got only 1 mission. That alone sucks, because the game will finish before you start to know any of them. And oh my god, what is it with the accent? Holy shit. You have a German guy who doesn't know how to talk English, but he still talks.
Beethoven's Fourth Sonata has exquisite.
And you have an Australian, and oh my god, do I hate Australian accent because I don't understand a goddamn thing.
This is going swimmingly so far. We done here? Those papers are about to piss off out of Germany.
And you have a Russian woman, and so many others.
Glory is worth nothing.
Extremely weird and annoying accents in Call of Duty Vanguard. And the worst part is they sometimes speak in their own language without any subtitles so you can understand. Holy shit, how can you fuck that up? And you have some pretty weird dialogue in Call of Duty Vanguard, I must say.
Remember, I don't want them to see us coming.
They can't see anything when they're dead.
Yeah, that's why we brought the guns. To shoot them.
Casemates and Valhalla are that way.
But hey, is it all bad? No, I'm not sure who did the soundtrack, but I wanna kiss him on the forehead. The music just starts and ends right when it needs to start and end in Call of Duty Vanguard. Which places it as my favorite or second favorite soundtrack after maybe MW2, with of course Hans Zimmer, so how can you even compare to that? And the game is super cinematic, and sometimes that do help to make the game looks pretty good and engaging. I do think that Call of Duty Vanguard has some kind of vibe to it, but unfortunately that vibe doesn't fit the game well, or shall I say doesn't fit Call of Duty series well. And the direction of Call of Duty Vanguard, it came out a movie, trust me.
Thunder!
Every single detail in Call of Duty Vanguard is directed perfectly, even within the gameplay. I didn't see any other Call of Duty reach that direction, not even MW or Black Ops 1. So I have nothing but to bow and to respect the director of Call of Duty Vanguard, because he did a fantastic job. So yeah, Call of Duty Vanguard story isn't bad at all, and I do think that people give it shit more than it deserves, but it doesn't do anything new or anything interesting. That's why it will be thrown to the forever trash Call of Duty stories. So with a lot of updates on the engine, you'll think that Call of Duty Vanguard have a great gameplay, and in some ways you're right, but in other ways so the combat and the moving is fine, and sometimes it's even very enjoyable, but I find it very slow, like very slow.
You're alright? It's got to be the command room. Let's get that hatch open. Stay close.
Everything in Call of Duty Vanguard moves slow, from the story to the gameplay to the movement. Holy shit. And that's not what we used to in Call of Duty game. Like, I get sometimes you have to add a weight to the game in order for you to give us a great story, but that doesn't necessarily work with shooting games. And Call of Duty Vanguard is guilty of that. But yeah, the guns sounded fun and enjoyable for the most parts. But I can't help myself but to think there are no special mission in Call of Duty Vanguard where I went like, wow, this is great. No, I went like, when did I play this? And when did I play this? And when did I play this? And it turns out I have played all of them in the past and the previous Call of Duty titles. But it doesn't have a bad mission either, except maybe for the plane part. What's wrong with the planes in Sledgehammer games? Holy shit. Sometimes it moves very fast and other times it moves very slow. And I can't even see what goddamn thing is in front of me. So I keep dying. Plane missions in a Call of Duty title will never seem to be less discouraging to play. And sometimes I do respect their new attempts at bringing the gameplay into a brand new thing. Like they gave you stealth missions, but it doesn't work that well. Like I keep getting detected without knowing what the fuck is going on because there's no detecting meter. And that's another thing I want to talk about in Call of Duty Vanguard. I died a lot, like I mean a lot in Call of Duty Vanguard. This is probably the most times I died in a Call of Duty game, even more than Call of Duty 1, which released in 2003. And the game doesn't even intend to be hard. What the fuck? Why is the dog one shot insta-kill? Why I can't even melee him? What the hell is going on? Why am I keep getting detected? So that was super annoying in Call of Duty Vanguard, especially for a game not intended to be hard, which we all know Call of Duty isn't hard. And you can search enemies? What the fuck is going on? But hey, they have to try something new, which sucks.
We should replace your old chair.
Never. It's comfy enough for me.
So there's abilities you can do when you play as certain characters, like the focus with Wade Jackson, and I don't even understand, he's a pilot. Why does he have an aimbot? Or you can order your team as Arthur. And Polina, I don't give a shit about Polina. So yeah, easy to say, Call of Duty Vanguard gameplay is not flawless. I know I'm treating Call of Duty Vanguard like my ex-wife when I say like, oh, it's not that good, but it's not that bad either, but it is what it is. That's Call of Duty Vanguard in a nutshell. Here where Call of Duty Vanguard could shine the brightest or the slightest. Now the game does look cool and everything, but the game sometimes does look a little blurry and you can't see very well in that game. I didn't find that problem in previous Call of Duty titles, so that was weird to notice in this one. But yeah, the game did look very good. Like, I mean very good. This is the best Call of Duty has ever looked. And the optimization was good to match that up. I have played Call of Duty Vanguard in my 3060 RTX and it did run well, even better than Cold War, so that's a good thing. But the sounds sounded a little weird. I mean, a lot of the time it sounded weird. Sometimes it just the volume very high and sometimes very low.
Be crazy to say he has taken half of Russia at this point.
This is crazy of you, I'm telling you. Nobody is going to...
So that was a very weird sound direction to have, and the game did have some animation glitches here and there, but nothing worth talking about. So yeah, in conclusion, Call of Duty Vanguard doesn't do anything bad, but it doesn't do anything good either. And I know I have said it a million times, but it is what it is. On the other hand, Call of Duty Cold War did some of the problems that Vanguard did, but at least it was related to the other Call of Duty titles, and I mean related, not Call of Duty Vanguard related, and the gameplay did fit the game well in Cold War. In Vanguard, everything is weird. So how's Call of Duty Vanguard zombies? Well, it's just the same as everything in Vanguard, is incomplete and doesn't bring anything new. And this time around, you can have free perks and you can upgrade them with money. Plus, the customization is back. That's another similarity to Cold War zombies. And you can buy new skills at the shop and use them. I myself use the trap skill. Another thing is back is the object-based zombies. So in this time around, you have objectives to complete, just like Cold War, where you have to stay in a small area of ruins so we can complete it. Or you can take some artifacts from the zombies and then you have to feed them into a stone. I know it's weird, but at least it's an objective. And if you ask me what's new, I would say, I don't know, almost nothing. But this time around you can know the scrap or whatever the shit that zombies drop. That's a nice little detail that wasn't in Cold War. Other than that, I don't think anything in Vanguard zombies worth talking about. I have to say this in every video, but I'm not a huge zombie fan and I don't do the Easter eggs, but from what I played, I think I enjoyed them a little bit and I got annoyed a little bit, and it doesn't do anything new, which seems to be a custom in Call of Duty Vanguard. And I'm starting to get tired of zombies because it's always the same now, and it's fucking annoying that every Call of Duty now almost have zombies. If you don't have anything to add to the zombies, just don't add zombies at all. So yeah, fuck Vanguard zombies. So after we established that the campaign of Call of Duty Vanguard is forgettable and the zombies is forgettable, how's the multiplayer? Is it good? But can you still enjoy it?
Sure, why not?
Now this has been a debate for a while. Is it good or is it bad? And I think most people are debating for that it's bad, and I think I'm one of them. As for the modes of the multiplayer, I don't think I have any mode in Vanguard that I like or that I keep revisiting from while to while. And wow, this has never happened to me in a Call of Duty game. So Vanguard, I crown you as the new Joffrey. And the customization is always bad in a Call of Duty games nowadays. And holy shit, 10 attachments? 10? I miss the simple days where we can just put 2 or 3 attachments to each gun and then we keep playing like kids. Now what the hell is that? And oh boy, is that a big problem. And let me tell you why. Because every fucking gun in Call of Duty Vanguard is overpowered. At least you can make it overpowered. The fire rate of some guns are crazy high. And if not the fire rate is high, the damage can be very high. So what the fuck's going on? This doesn't give me any challenge or anything. It just makes me annoyed at the fact that so many broken guns in Call of Duty Vanguard. So what did I do? I made a broken gun with them. It takes no skills or anything. If you see him first, you'll probably kill him. Well, the time to kill is good, but you can't even notice the time to kill because of how fast the weapons are or how critically damaged they can hit. So yeah, the game is not balanced, not even near balanced. Oh, sometimes I miss Cold War. And the kill streak or the score streak, this one is called the kill streak. It's not good. I mean, it's not bad, but it just is the same as any other Call of Duty, and I'm starting to get fucking tired of how repetitive that can be. For me, I think I use what's called the staff run or something, and the war machine. These are my main two. Any other kill streak can go. So leaving the kill streak aside, how's the UI? And it's again sucks. I swear, sometimes I keep repeating myself on Call of Duty games that I can't even remember what Call of Duty am I talking about because of how similar they can be. So yeah, long story short, Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer doesn't do anything good except for the destruction. And I think it has to be my worst multiplayer. Even though it still can be enjoyable, it doesn't do anything new or keep innovating on older Call of Duty titles to make me say anything good about it. However, the maps were good, at least. I don't think I have anything good to say about it. So yeah, that has been it about Call of Duty Vanguard. Call of Duty Vanguard is probably the worst game I have ever played in this series, and I don't intend to play it back again anytime soon because of how dumb Activision can be sometimes and how annoying and stubborn. I had some good times in Call of Duty Vanguard, but I will never say it's a good game because yeah, it's not a good game. It's a simple story, even though you can enjoy it. But remember, you have to pay $60 for it, and I don't think the game is worth $60, not even worth $30 because of how similar it can be to the other Call of Duty titles. So that has been it. If you have reached thus far, I think that you're enjoying the video. Make sure to check my other videos if you're interested. Take care.
Deploying Goliath!
They're taking Charlie!